Ghana for a bit choose will be a one in dear Edipe Ghana, Ama and Brantia and Mabawa, Mukina Habunya Jumaniano, and Yajumaya.
Kennedy, where she knew the Asante Force, Kennedy, Agyapong Force, Kennedy, well, Force, Kennedy, is in my Force, Kennedy, a Agyapong Force, Kennedy, a Hebrew Force, Kennedy, and Craft Force, Kennedy, Mental Force, Kennedy, Pana Force, Kennedy, Chocos Force, Kennedy, Daboma Force, Kongoma Force, Gruma Force, Mam Bruce Force, Basa Force, Kanjaga Force, Infante Force, Wasa Force, Sergi Force, Latte Force, Kennedy Agyapong never Oceano, Bama never Oceano, Ayonwa, it's the one ever, Canadiana, it's a Canadiana, Kennedy Agyapong never Oceano. Doctor Force, Approach Force, Soldier Force, Boston Force, Migration Force, Water Force, MPCC, Minister Vice President, Young Pharmacy, Nana Mose, Assault Force, Kennedy Agyapong never Oceano, Cobra to never Oceano,
Joe Emma Kwaba Efamra Get Connected TV so and then you na Jumedi so nkwa minimze sabe why krado a wo twende de se ye de ebebrel ebe no aso na yatena sene de na che se ensem ai wodwa so e na yebedi ho enkomo and then you it's all about honorable Kennedy Agyapong the ginesi a wasie se obedi MPP amanyoko nanim e de akọ 2028 January election akọji tumi e de ama manyoko NPP na afi isusu pane ne so adi ho kese a owo edema oman Ghana no etimi de yadwom oman no etimi etumpon eno ho ene yatena se anwumrei ayebedi ensem ahodo asi na watwi mu ene de mu ene de fa sankomobo nyina ho no yebu ni nyina mu ede ama no nya ho ntia ase ensem bi wo hwa se yi ano a na yi ano ebi so ase kire ya adwa na ya kire ya adwa ebi so ho a na ya gya ne sa atwo na eja wo as delegate wetimi asi ugina ye come a year January 31st na bibia tumi akoso kama na bibia atimi ayeye medini nyansabo akwana na cheche anwuma metirim ede ama chairman apiaje ono ede djumadi ho echiame bibi ede na kopie bebi tie ho behia se metimi tinam na afi mehwe akire ede ma chairman na yetoto niema no ede ma oba akomienu miensa na atimi ekoyenim na ene nsem e wo hwa yebebo ho enkomo ne nyina ne se bebrena na esi ene de mu na afi na wotwe etwemu ene na wotwe ahase friend rebanya nsema hodo na ekoso a esi tumi ebo ho nkomo e wo Get Connected show yi eso jumedi enu stream live on Get Connected TV on YouTube na channel so say ye jumedi esu no YouTube pe ene ye fa ye comment no efree na je so pese wo twro adwenkyere de brain a ye ni WhatsApp number bi e de ye adwuma na mu no ko YouTube ho na wadwenkyere na wakurukyire e de egu comment section ho ebe ne so aye fa na afi asone so na yetimi amagana for hu so wadwenkyere brepam ye bia homa ne tumu obefre na wode wadwenkyere e de abadwumedie no so na bibia tumi akoso kama ama bibia tumi ayeye menim se waye krado pa etwen se edi dwumedie no bebro enne sanso so e na mesoma ye krado se be di dwumedie no chiama bibia tibi akoye na ne enkomo a ye bo no ano eden menim se wa wonim de da bama so a ene ukobe bia no na eje ne ho entre ha eye professor nasa Dr. Evans Dua Dr. Evans Dua the survey second one waye assign dia ba kire se Kennedy Agyapong Agyapong etimi ehwe di kan first survey no Kennedy Agyapong edi kan wo ne hwehwe mu a oye nim ena afi another survey a ode ebaye ene obo ho amane no so san kire se ohwe situation mi no odi si ho best case scenario na afi worst case scenario no ne mi enu nyina na Kennedy Agyapong edi mu kan na mom no ye mfa ne sede a waka na amfa nya adwuma survey no ankasa wo ha ebia na hu entire survey no ene document no e wo ha we will go through the entire document na afi yebubu na sere ene abasa ke case na wankasa wetumi atiase se dien ene susudua na yewura Evans Dua de ye hwehwemu no na de woka na so sen ene kire poten say yewura Kennedy Agyapong na gina oja de oye bia na so to aso you know all this on the show until report ne wo ha we will go through it na afi ye nyina yetimi ahwe se dia susuye no ekoye ne baby okoye se dia regions ahodo ni nyina ebi eka baby a Kennedy Agyapong edi nkunim ene baby a na ho de wo fomese ma ne ho me so ni nyina no we have that discussion on this show now enochi no I also chance on the video bia eno so enam abefo detail video ni so a yewura Kofi Tonto ono aid special aid edema yewura Bawumia na o kan sem bi one Asempa FM4 ekohia one obi edwetwem koma na asem bi a woka we want to have that conversation on the show na fe yahwe say be we apani free ba no yenya ne santo ana say mo ho enkomo so we have that video played na fe yet be apensempensemu na yahwe sa ensem na papa ndi tu bia no na yetimi abobo so na ena no pay ya no ade a Ghana mampani dada na nado dankwa ekufu ado eton safre aspirant 5 no enyina se wo mmra nkomo ho na wo mu entimi entwetwe na je se breakfast meeting ene etimi course so ewo Ghana mampani na nado dankwa ekufu ado ne residency a na eya kono eyefe na catch say sa contest we ya ekoso no we internal contest a party na mu ena contest no ekoso nti we ka we ni nyina no be wie ba bi ba kona ti we delegate follow nkomo na afehwe de wo message de na sem no to waso betimi aboard then you decide come January 31st na mom no man nkotwetwe nsem ma abra nsem ni bebia so ho obi ate ne ho ase you see photos sa ampenifo ya ye nyina ye kom ho ase me hweso mba bedi apnyoko nanim in the 2028 general election no omo exchange pleasantries it means obi SRS obi any age there wasn't any sign say be obi no but a contest and so na ye kom arem fi at the end of the day one person supposed to lead the party into the election 2028 ti eno ho enkomo eno ye be say borum na Kennedy Agyapong na proba obo sirem ye Ghana mighty freedom antemu no ye de ho komo e de abro na enura ene ka ho na wakopiem e wo yewura Bawumia mpesu aso wale so ye ba ko wana afi said you the delegate ahwetwe komo no there was an interesting statement you here ntina ma as a mesre no we will play that video for you to also have a glimpse of said Nema AC course ti abusia sei ena dwumede ne tie ene anwumre ya hyehye ene de bro nim se wani ebetimi age ho ye kama makacho se ko YouTube na wa search at Get Kennected TV o hwe fidie na sia eno ene da ho no ba ko pie channel no eso subscribe to channel no na fe video no ko hwebi share mo obi no so enhwe bi uwia na waja comment na to obrepem wo beti se making kind of comment na the to YouTube no e dey am live on the show ti sa pepe ena ye dwumedie no the su etie ye sorry a na am akwa mo afre e dey adwenkyere no enso so e dey aba ma yen show na se na yen dwumedie na se na yen kɔ enim na yen hya se emfiri na no pay meeting e course so e wo kanema mpani na nado dankwa ekufu ado his excellency na tena ye e wo enkran abra one empanifo no enyina edi enhyiamu enti mo fa so ma me fa so ma na ye timi enkona just say pepepe e na ensenetie e na ekopiem e wo mampani na dankwa ekufu ado aso ya empanifo no nyina etimi ekokobode mu a wone wo mo etimi ehyiamu etwetwe nkomo se ade na ye no ye ho ade e na ye enti enya ntokwasem yenyina no yenyina na afi no yenya ne kama be wi achie no emfa ni monyam emre yenyina na omapeni wo mu di nhyiamu wie na okọ Facebook ekọtwero we eto ho ma menkenka ma na afi ne yenkọ anim o se I have just concluded this morning a breakfast meeting with 5 presidential aspirants of our party, the New Patriotic Party NPP, for the 2028 elections. Having concluded the internal processes required to make them eligible to contest for the nomination of the party, I decided to hold this meeting to enable us deliberate together on issues of mutual interest pertaining to the unity, welfare, and strength of the party in the midst of competitive internal contest. I thank the 5 presidential aspirants, Honorable Kennedy Agyapong, Honorable Dr. Brian Agyapong, MP, His Excellency Dr. Bawumia, Honorable Dr. Yao Osei Adichum, MP, Engineer Kwabena Ajay Agyapong, the minority leader, Honorable Osahene Alexander Kwamena Afenyomakin, MP, the former Chief of Staff, Honorable Akosua Frema Osei Opare, and the leadership of our party, Honorable Hakmando Usua Jiman, Chairman of the Council of Elders, Mr. Dankwa Smith Buti, Acting Chairman, Mr. Justin Kodua Frimpong, General Secretary, for honoring my invitation and for the spirit of candor and camaraderie with which our deliberations were held. It's a way, semwa mampenada nanado dankwa kufuado. Edibeto ne Facebook page so ano pay watch say oni sa mpenifo ambobo mu din nyina kuku da me nyina hia ye ene e wona tena yem wo se wo hu se mpenifo no wo mu nyina go through processor e ma wo ho kwan se mu ntimi ni amanyoko nanim. Ti Abraham no ka se nipa 5 ya me bo wo mu din obia betimi abeye flag bearer e dia ma NPP amanyoko na mana ye ye nhede ni nipa ba ku bi on de obetimi aye ba wonim se on Get Connected ye catch us as delegate to aba no Emma Yera Kennedy Agyapong no medi party nanim o mpeni chese enkoma na wo mu etwetwe nden nyina ne se kwan be no befa so a eye competition abade enso asumdwe betimi akoso na obi atimi akana sem o kwan paso na fe ebe wi achi no enkose amanyuko no na emfa niema enkonkoto dia enye ti eno ho nkomo ena mpenifo ne bo na no pe no chese bibia ko yie kama a odi aseda ema mpenifo ti na hwemfoni no colorful engagement and a course or team so anyway chia obia na obia nya good engagement kama. So as a delegate you shouldn't go out there and create a situation say as a nearby geography. There be it's a contest. We are choosing who can win power for the party and not just to destroy the party. Ti no any idea any munafi ya bie kwan no e dey atom watimi ato ho ase a bibia tv ay kama. Easy. Tim say pedifo chia na omu wie na ja obia manipulate so na wo tete aduane ne it was beautiful engagement na no pay to me a course kama na me catch us say yeru akofi tonto e dey nsembia todwa. You just need to listen to nensama work no one say on this show no sometimes we decide to veer off nsembia course baby o I say o ka ho asem then na ekoyenim so tima yenkotie yeru akofi tonto aid e dey ma yeru Bawumia Nisembi okokaye ewo Asempa FM abro ne obi ehia ekosi sen okaka kan sembi chese enya de yebetimi ede sobo ni nyina akobo Yewura Bawumia economic mismanagement na ekoso ewo the then MVP government ni mo na shared epo MPs nyina no supposed to take a responsibility for the ekoso no shared anya bone hawa wakano no but utie ekọ echi a sound kwan bi so we need to digest in some kind na fe hweniye nti ye fa Yewura Covid to nsema wo kan no na afi ne medi ho nkomo ne enko yanim.
But today I wanted to put it on record. Say nobody can blame Yewura Bawumia as the singular individual causing a defeat. That is an insult to the Ghanaian.
But because somebody can say ono so ka ho.
Me say make kasano. Me say collective because Bawumia is not a saint. He was part of decisions I take in your cabinet.
Very well.
It's like somebody telling me, say, Bawumia is in charge of the economy. No, I am a member of parliament. We are a member of parliament. You cannot blame Bawumia's economic management decisions and take yourself out. Because there is not a single economic decision that will go into the budget that a member of parliament will not have to vote on and approve on. 80 levy yet to Ken to be e-levy, betting tax can't to be. Sana Brian to be. Sana Duchun to be. All the Busia ye boy, you know. All the Busiana ye boy, yeah.
Now, Omunina
Parliament, Omunina approval laws, you know.
Very well.
Enti Sauba catch me economic management. Now ye member of parliament, unless you have a record.
So you abstain from
that you abstain from all of these economic decisions, because all economic decisions come together under the budget. And let one of them tell me which budget they absented from. So Bawumia is part of the collective. Not once. In fact, on February 7th, 2024, our man first speech at UPSA, he admitted, say, baby, I free Benny. I was part of it. I played a role, and I was proud of the role I played. But I accept that there were challenges. Bawumia has never and will never take it himself.
I was 80 era kofito to someone or can no. But who tells someone or can first of all, no, yen clear with you. I'm not sure say in the conversations about Yera Bawumia any new role play in the then NPP government, no. Obiaka said, as I say, I did blame Nina Emma, a year former leader for the party, and I said vice president of the then NPP government. They say, oh no, and cause all the problem. I'm not sure that conversation I so baby. But people are calling on Yera Bawumia for ono ankasa ankasa ni nsem bia wo kan ne niam bia ono abekilimi ye say e wo the domain mu eno na nkrofasha se ebisa no ho say o kan say nti eba ne say ene ye say. That is how our conversation it you obi no aga say as I say blame Bawumia nko a. That conversation is a non-starter. Obi anka sa but empo no in terms of economy ni sa niam e ko ye ne dia nko yie no ye wo chairman of economic management team or no enya ye emrana ye ni such a way say o mampenu betere konwa so ya sa afa ne de ma vice no hwe no nye ho adwuma ti eba na economy ni e ho nkomode a ye nya boso say kukuro na vice president nkoma ba because that is how sometimes no I don't know recently said NDC amanyoko ni o mo de but we still believe say the vice president is the chairman or chairperson of the economic management team. But in Bawumia situation yi de ono ankasa babonti be chire mu say yeah, they may buy because of the economy. Where 2017, oh, amamu no switch ya MPP. Ebeji tumi no no abegina puno chika se. See ya de me Bawumia me ye in charge of economy. Bibia be ye ya mo minor team tumpon bibia be hye ye no abeje economy na. Me ni economic management team no. Ye hia na wotwe bia adwendwen nsem ho. Eye kra no throw shades e de ma NDC for say bra na omu akonwa so no obi ante omu economic management team kra di impoda na MPP abai de omu team omu de aba besi wono nya asem ketwa na no Bawumia da no omu ehia yewura jambafo okay kan asem ni bebre enti eba na economy dia Ghana ni bia nkonkoda na bibia ebe koso kama so eno na ama Ghana ni kwan say o misa questions based on say dia wan kasa portray ho no eno ho ene ebisa ho nsem say wo kan say na eba ne sen. That is questions are the normal Ghanaian Nibisa. So it's not about say Ghana ni no say Yera Bawumia nko a NPP a mamu etwem no wo ye mfom so ni nyina. There be obi anka sa. And oto aso kra make another statement ka say even MPs wo parliament as I say we must take responsibility for enema anko yie wo MPP a mamu a etwem no. In a way no he is right because MPs also play a role. But the real say MPs a role no any executive role. Say the Yera Bawumia kwabaka say ye first year ne mankasa because amamu na etwa mu no de na chese na steer ni nsem no ye mate a driver's mate nya de no Christian nti o ka che the driver ne say driver ka chimko ni say the driver say mechima ba ontimi nka hwe. Ghana is running a presidential system of government. Nti two mi ankasa ye didi o minus so is vested in one person called the president. And entire power nyina so ye hu adwuma from the presidency. Na Yera Bawumia o hobi so he's at the presidency or a part of cabinet BBA but also still an nsem. So say Yera Kofito to ka say As I say, MPs ni na agi subo ni bi mo because budget near the parliament and say they are approving that MPB in that regard he was just referring to you Kennedy Agyapong say ultimate train home free home but in that case kwa no kwan kada say Bawumia pe ene ye mfum so ni nyina baby okoye bia no opa delegate na chew na chew mo say generally no e dey rebre ankoye e wo previous administration and after elections of course no nyama ankoye delegate in fanche ni enkoye that is the conversation you Kennedy Agyapong okoba bia oye so that part no is off. And that idea say MPs nyina take responsibility no. Ye nyina nim how the legislative house of Ghana etie. With the whip system near there no. Say party ni decide say this is what we want to achieve. MPB our parliament will be and you're supposed to be in line. And it there na you return to person oka. MPB are supposed to be in line. Now osakra catch him say we MP nke ye dey levy buy and one peneso near there. I think I will make a statement and say one person and I say every home. But you about Bawumia can before say about a digital economy and say any year. And you can say the taxes be by from using digital means to do transactions. Oh yes, I pay a bema digital a transactions na form into an unbelieving BBI electronic living near the other. A bra cabinet ekotena say we decide here to bring e-living. What statement then you about Bawumia and also on record say or catch a cabinet say on Jintum. We don't have any video to that effect. And if you can say our campaign, their clips are echo around that he is owning up to e-levy say Empono e-levy MPP are made the buy no crana na 1% near the NDC so buy no or also the doom so levy near but it means he is owning it. Says our discussion the course of cabinet he was in there and he supported. It is a BBA bandani edin command ebisa questions as Ghanaians as MPP delegate about economic mismanagement a course so and I said 1 or 2 near be a course where economy man ko ya o say my me say Bawumia na ye ko bisa MPs my me say Bawumia na ye me say delegate ye me say why as I say we take responsibility of economic mismanagement ye ko tie Bawumia ebra MPPG to me 2017 how a portray a picture yes he is in charge of the economy with the economic management team I are forming now no Ghana is good to go yen kwani go tie no na fi yen famasi return to asema working so.
We thank the Almighty God for delivering this country to us as a party to govern and also for delivering our economy from the throes of economic mismanagement. President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and the MPP promised the nation that our government will transform the economy by ensuring that we replace incompetence with competence in the management of the economy. I must say, ladies and gentlemen, without any fear of contradiction, that President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has indeed replaced incompetence with competence in the management of our economy. One man or one person cannot manage an economy. The president had to put together a team. And when I look at colleagues seated in discussion during cabinet meetings and other meetings with ministers, it is just humbling to see the galaxy of competent men and women that the president has assembled. Furthermore, when I look at the economic management team, it is quite clearly a fantastic team. Professor Jambafo, Dr. Akutose, Dr. Afriye Akoto, Honorable Alan Chiramanting, Boachi Ejaku, Ken Oforiata, Senior Minister Yao Osafo Mafu. What a solid team. In fact, can anyone remember the NDC economic management team? I am sure. I'm sure they themselves cannot remember who their economic management team was. Kukrudu, fellow Kukrudites, we were elected to fix the problems, and I'm glad to report that we are fixing.
Well, I was your radio when this so we quite new video, mono. We 2017, so just a quick reminder. Said there be a year akofito to nenkomo na oni edi no. Obetimi put in contest na afi nyina timate ho ase. So it shouldn't be say you are just making statement out there. We year Bawumia 2017. Abra form economic management team. That was the posture. That was the picture. That was the idea. And he made an emphatic statement. Said President Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo are replacing an incompetent team with a competent one. And nipa ba ntimi manage the economy. So this is the management team for the economy ayediaba now. And he was supposed to be the chairman of that team. This team no enable your minor free economic misfortunes as abeni ewom e the abesi baby. That was the posture, and that is the conversation Bawumia expatiate so now ne bisa questions to that effect. Nti say to sign back actually after so no na aid e ma Bawumia oni ni share de bia di nkomo ene ne ebobo nsem ho no san be ka say as I say MPP am you koni nyina ko take blame no for the economic mismanagement. Where was Akufo-Addo to abra na Bawumia ejina podium so ana all making this statement? Where was no? I'm sure say he was around because you see to whom much is given, much is expected. Ya catch or say ya do over because of the economy. And I watch you to say okay, maba. Uba ni a former team amount, and you are now so proud and bold. Say obeti mejina bedroom. Other team ne di actually the person way. We video we kwa chia or twice so kwa say the economic management team omushia week beer. Say there be beer for economy no hono. Emfa a year team than so. So that was it. A team ne don't know. 80 amamo de etoda enema sisi said there dey be e anam penifo bi mu kyerem say unforeseen circumstances bi ne ma hudo bi e be bobom COVID-19 ne Russia Ukraine so many things happen and a man nema bebre na ejigu ya ama nema nkoye. So now the only thing you can do Bawumia and the entire team is to own up to it. Say you can way but enema nko said there so that the Ghanaian will understand so okay I didn't the OG2 mu say wo ye but anye ye. What you see because ube fa dollar you find say 4 cedis every exchange no was around 16 cedis baby cross 17 cedis they be American because Bank of Ghana rate no and yet the same rate now they return dollar no market. How many people can go to Bank of Ghana and buy dollar or foreign currencies from Bank of Ghana? So definitely no over commercial banks no now only ma be delay so the rate e be moka 17 yeah, that was it. So there was a problem. You own up to it. Now if you watch it, now if you return to the name MPs near the when you say MPs, they are legislated. They are also legislators. Omo yemra. To honor or yeah, they are the ban or can wasem. And your free cabinet is the president's decision of which era Bawumia also can. See, era Akufo-Addo. I think so that conversation, you know, it shouldn't start. So what started so I say we'll get to a fact right. Go back and watch all these videos. And son will be throwing him be Eddie Agum from my mama. I could see me to say, I said, is he generalizing in such a way? Says it's so beyond in Debbie. There were key people tasked to do specific things. And no any abisa who accountable. And no one no the Obia who can so be say about the economy. And I'm sure he's also now ready, bold and confident to answer all these questions. And yet, man, because we're here Bank of Ghana, he understands the economy of Ghana very well. You first common into na yet be enkwenim. What a solid team. So and then if there's an issue now you can't be sent someone, it shouldn't be generalized. Yeah, man, yes, dear say na free emfa enkonko ho kama. So na endema NCC na kwemo. For messages no, any comment no, echo YouTube get Kennected TV. Get Kennected TV. Okwa, almost a video no live. You can subscribe to the channel. Also subscribe we are. Both a video no. Oko comment section. Wa comment the go. share video no mo obi a ono so wa ma no ne otika mu ko baby obi a on many TV see ana fe ono so timi enjoy the show no kama na bibia enkoso kama na ye be wram na afi survey no na ene survey we am akuroma wo so papa e wo say this is not the first time Evans Dua ede survey ni biaba odi can drop pay back. I think that was in August and or the back by now we no eba abe reinforce or more idea no we can establish what August ne say near match na say near masesa no ena or the report by and ne yes some chofu share e twetwe nkomo e chechiri mu report no maka just say bi o ha so we go through the report and now fe nyina we said ya o si e chechi mu fire ma yura Kennedy Agyapong LEADS the conversation is all over one kasa so as delegate we said ya kuruma yeshi na yura Kennedy Agyapong the energy no afọ bia no I think said this survey really speaks to the issues on the grounds tie na be hwe na afi ya bo ho enkomo whilst I get a reporting ready for you to also have a glimpse of it. No one said that they are material. You are calling Dr. Evans Dua, a brand of church survey now, yeah, and near my original so, and he said, yeah, and some ACTM. There's another video, so I'm not in some trophy beside say, now you ready, I am say we are MPP. It is a way MPP no acquire with survey. Now, why in A, B, and now you're Kennedy Agyapong. Open answer more until I'm acquire survey in a favor. No, now say there be. Or your MPP na both yera Bawumia and yera Ken camp no afrene senka womra MA service ema womo but don't timi taking the decision so obeko A and B and also okay so there be ya emfo na ni so no nkasa be neutral na wa ye service na hu be bia ene ma echo and ama wo ye survey no but anya se o ya ma yera Ken na o ya ma yera Bawumia o se mpunka obe ya ma obi a senka yera Bawumia because last elections no people saw him around with yera Bawumia but this is the fact said in some tier any delegate in some of one more can kasa. So you have first one, Abra no church report in no. Now if you for the second video no, Abra na ye bisa a question say, and your bias been a whole year or sign church we are they will come to the report and go through the report. Now BB Eddie film.
But in September we are seeing a sharp change with some of them, and I would share them with you right away. So as you can see, in the worst case scenario, we have an Honorable Kennedy Agyapong doing a 44.11%. This is against what he did in August, which was a 41.73%. Now, Dr. Bawumia, who did a 39.09% in August, has also improved slightly from 39.09 to 39.51. So, Honorable Kennedy Agyapong has increased significantly. And Dr. Bawumia has also increased, but marginally. And then we have Dr. Agyapong, who has actually decreased as compared. He was around, the previous one was around 11.34%, and now he's doing a 6.28%. Then Dr. Duchum, who was doing a 2.71% in August, is now doing a 3.19%. And Kennedy Agyapong, who did a 0.34%, is actually doing a 0.86%. So you could see that almost 4 out of 5 candidates have all in a way significantly improved. And this is what has been extrapolated and projected based on the total population size. So we are looking at, in the worst case scenario, we're having a situation where none of these candidates is crossing the 50+1. It means that as it stands, then there is a situation that can happen that there could be a probable runoff if things should stand as this way. However, based on the number of, so if you look at it carefully over here, we have here being 94% of the worst case scenario, because the undecided and undisclosed are forming 6% to make it 100%. Is that okay? So now what happens is that in the best case scenario, we see one of the candidates crossing the 50+1. And if as at the September polls, and please, I always say this is not predictive. It is actually just a snapshot as at a period. As at September, if there is any candidate that can cross the 50+1, then it is Honorable Kennedy Agyapong. And we are looking at the 53.8%. Then Dr. Bawumia actually drops, because most of the people who voted for him maybe in 2023 Most of them are in the undecided and undisclosed, and they are really looking at where they will stand. Dr. Agyapong gains from 6.28 to 8.27. Dr. Agyapong gains from 3.19% to 4.39. And Kennedy Agyapong moves from the 0.83, because he was doing 0.34 in August. He's moved to 0.8 from the 0.83, because he was doing 0.34 in August. He's moved to 0.86 and into 8 to 8.27. Dr. Agyapong gains from 3.19% to 4.39. And Kennedy Agyapong moves from the 0.83, because he was doing 0.34 in August. He's moved to 0.86, and in the best case scenario can move to 1.33.
Okay, so I'm an MPP member. I am actually an interested party. Now, being an interested party here is a matter of within the MPP, what are the delegates actually saying? So the first polls that we did, if you looked at all my media engagement or my public engagement, it was the fact that Camp A had called me, Camp B had called me. And I needed to make a decision if I'm joining Camp A or Camp B. The research was done for my own decision. In other words, with no engagement with Camp A or with Camp B. And then I went on to do. So the first one we did was 8,000, which was not public. And then I increased it further to 20,000. And when I did the 8,000, I saw some pattern I had not expected. Then I went to 20,000. Then I saw that same pattern. That is when we made it public. As of today, have I decided? Not yet, because as I mentioned, it's not predictive. It is actually as at a period. So I did a second one with my team. And the reason why we did a second one was to realize that, are we having the same winning team winning again? Because I need to make a decision. And eventually, I can say it on record. I have not taken any penny, and anybody who knows me very well. Credibility is very important when it comes to some of these things. Do I have friends in Camp A? Yes, I have friends. Do I have friends in Camp B? Yes, I have friends. Do I have friends in Camp C, Camp D? I have friends because I'm an MPP member. And in fact, if there is any bias, I came from the root of John Kuma. I was more like a friend or an aide to John Kuma. So if you know where John Kuma stands, then there's a certain camp John Kuma was with. And anybody who saw, even during the December, I did videos campaigning vigorously for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. So if anything, there is a camp that I may be identified with already. However, I decided not to do Camp A, Camp B. But let's objectively, and I'll quote Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia for this. We should be driven by data. And if I'm to make a decision, and I'm making a decision on something, then I need to make it based on data. So therefore, we go to do the research. Now, what are the biases that can happen in some of these research? The biases are very simple. You go and do such a research, and if anybody has paid you for it, you'd want to do that in favor of that person.
I was wanting Dr. Evans Dia, and I'll tell you, Kase, or Church and Simon, way a near and you made in a course, or then a report no Eba Monte. My guy said we have the report here. Now, and someone, the entire man heard 2 videos. Now, I think the same conversation will be out there. Say, oh, we bet me a Bobby Pa, no, I call survey be at the Aba, Abe Favano, and on a year, no HHM. I think before no, the camera executive summary of report, no survey, no over executive summary now. A bit more the entire picture of the all can one seven now, so you will get to understand and seminal. And this is data according to Yerano. If you more why I backed by data, or call grounds. And I call that something. But I say, and you Ghana phobia no mudi inkomo. They spoke with delegate, MPP delegate about 31st January, you know. It will be end of fire on the ATB SOC and Como. And executive summary no. So we'll go through the report now for ATB. I said yeah, AC at here. Last video no. The opposite of children and say, or your MPP name up or MPP among you could name. Name no survey where we no ye no any deem as a doctor. I would name Jishemu and one some said the data is it here. So we wanted to go out there and get energy na wabonteno. Said is it here. Any nipa delegate no a person wo mo decide man no call ya ko ehwemu e dey report aba. empo so will be a fan. A honey here me pa. Nipa esen ko tilt corner fan. Yewura Bawumia enye Yewura Ken. But the survey no show say Yewura Ken our grounds Yewura Bawumia. So people should get it. Ono ankasa na no muton no. So yen court data no so na for executive summary no. Then we go through it na yen na yen court note emrani ma kwan for adwenchebra. So you have the entire document no ewa. So this is it. Mo amunya access to a survey na Yewura no eka ho asem. This is the report. And or the Ebabonte over title now. See the MPP presidential primaries report September to October 2025. My catch so the kind first survey August. I no show you say Yewura Ken every the kind. And there was yewe or say Oguso ye because I can't beat you about 20 baso. So the person who's a signer enema AC Echo Ankasa to Yanko executive summary hono a ho and an answer and same way na ewo. Okay, so there be energy the introduction kakra. Now for your moving executive summary no. Now for your shade or say introduction and our background of Niyufimwa or ye no. Or say this follow-up poll conducted between mid-September and the first week of October 2025 builds directly on the August 2025 baseline to capture evolving delegate sentiment within the new Patriotic Party MPP ahead of its presidential primaries. The primary goal was to measure changes in candidate support, regional alignment, and the strength of the undecided and undisclosed delegates following intensified campaign activities. Or say when we say campaigns, no, and why then will be any abre, or any campaign then. Until or August the next so back be September October there will who your August no sabia campaigns na ye there will be any abre na obon to ano enema asesa na enema te de tie na enema o survey we a ene ode hu sunsuanso e de aba or say the analysis focuses on identifying shifts in delegate preferences, regional concentrations of influence, and the strategic balance between leading contenders. Inti leading contenders ohwema Yewura Bawumia and afi so do honorable Kennedy Agyapong wo mo ene lead wo so person owe energy no na o rest ampany for me no say okọ grounds a sempa eneti eba no regional base na regions no e move towards a direction bi ana eno enama o yes survey no na o say the survey na o ye no sample data o use ye nie e na ho hia pa o ye research bi ana say survey sample data no very important. Nipa do say na no mkasai. O fa o mu free hin. Ye hwe e command say under sample data collection no, the total population of certified delegates stood at 204,893. To so far MPP delegate on beto aba 31st January. O hwe krata ni mu a it's about 204,893 people ene betimi ato aba ewo womo enkratem na yanto aso say a target sample of 26,150 delegates represented 12% or 12.76% of or was drawn to ensure adequate representation across all 16 administrative regions. Ti o say nipa ebeto aba ewo abato edi MPP man yokonanim ewo January mu no about 204,000 any ebi egu achire. Inti se opese we mu na ati ase ye so fa nipa no ne kwan bi so na ati ase to so fa nipa about 26,000 and odi enhwemu no hwemu a na se nipa beto aba ne delegate ni mu be se 12% and wa for mu a obisabisa wo mu ensem or say of this number 19,868 delegates which is 76% participated successfully while 6,282 representing 24% were unreachable unavailable during the polling period. So was say say nipa 26,000 nso ya dia wo mutimi mu 19,000 and a twetwe nkomo 19,000 there say friend o mo frɛ ya o mo fai say wo mo fie na o mo kɔ ya o mo kɔto wo mo but emu be say 6,000 there wo mo frɛ na wo ma mfa ebi so ho a wono so ye say won kasa kra so untimi mfa ne nka survey no e ma ne nye yie nti out of that about 74% no and 76% no and no sooner ya or the year analysis now or ye ni nyina or san kwa chimo see data collection was conducted by a team of 120 trained field officers operating under strict supervision and audit protocols. Ti ose nipa be se 120 and omo fa omo a omo egi data no. To omo na ni delegate ni kasa ye. Ebisa omo say, "Hey, abato no eba o. Na sesi a wo to ama hwan. Na de enti na wo to ama sa nipa yi. Ose nipa 120. Omo traini omo yie pa. Na ja omo ma omo right supervision ebetimi aboa. Ama chese adna mo ye no etimi akoso kama. Nti se wo da to say o delegate na kasa na say oboni sire mu a o say da bi o mo any delegate na kasa nipa 120 ene kwa bonten ekoye saa hwehwemu no na wo hwe report and say survey na wa chemienu o say worst case scenario and afi best case scenario the enti a waye ni saa na chese on say data ena wafa free a larger data set mu nti nipa 200,000 and over ene ekoto aba no ena wafa nipa ni mu 26,000 nti or the 26,000 ni gina ho e dey ama entire 204,000 ni nyina said there 26,000 e kano because wafa nipa na fi all the regions from different backgrounds nti say wo mo kan say there and say largely no say pepepe ena ebesi akwafa na se na ebe ya ono ankasa ne on na ada ne ho nti no waye ne say ekoba ne say nipa na ye no mo kasa de o mo kan ne ahode o mo de kan no sa pepe na tie de a say ene beye ena yenya abotre kakra oni enhwe ade ebi nso ana nipa no de o mo kan enko sa pepe nti yentete ahode na o mo de kan no is a nipa 20 na say o mo pe ye wura Kennedy Agyapong a yemfa ne say nipa ofa nipa 204,000 na emu be se quarter pe o mbe chem dodo na 7 ne kan ye no o mbe chem o mete so obofom na si mu te say wo man kasa bre ahode na se ena ye worst case scenario no na nkoba ne so mo ha o mani too much o mu wie so na o mafa de o mu bisa delegate o mu kan dan nkasa nso e de agina ho nti ena ye worst case na afi best case so on say na commodity nti worst case no numbers ne beba na afi best case no so numbers aba sa pepe na sa survey ya enwumre ye di ho nkomo no etie ti yenhwe sa situation na o de to ho no na ye ni ho nkomo se scenario construction to saka document de na wo kan ya say na be abetima tell to address uncertainty in delegate pooling. 2 scenario models were constructed and I make ho asem no ono ankasa create 2 situations. First one was worst case scenario no or say allocations were computed under conservative assumptions say yen ha ye ni bebre de nipa ne kan ye no se nipa ne kan 5 a yen fa ne se yen tibi mfum ne yen ne 3 na ankoyete ase ha ye ni agina de dodo because nipa adwen 80% yen fa ne 3. That was the conservative assumption, minimizing favorable responses for each candidate ti omotete obi a ho den a delegate ne kan ne so. That's the worst case scenario no or say this scenario approximates outcomes if undecided or undisclosed delegates ultimately break against leading candidates or remain uncommitted. Nti nipa ni bi kura wo mo nkasa ebi mo so kire sa bi wo mo shedan si gina ye nti wo mo nyina no ya fa ne se ye mo wo mo de ne na okakransa na ye nko best case scenario no ye mfa mo nyina nka ho because normally no so obi ka se undecided ya ene na akwanya so obekọ asumasi afa no e wo soro ana so obekọ ha no omo esa analysis no so ti ye best case scenario no or see best case scenario allocations were computed under optimistic nti si ane de wo ma ha wo mani said the delegate ne ka no wo mo GD optimistic assumptions maximizing favorable distributions. This scenario approximates outcomes if undecided and undisclosed respondents disproportionately align with leading candidates. It is a see no mo amo kan say ye ni bibia ka for now munya abotre mai later na ye be decide ene omo nso so omo kan say omo nkasa no survey ne kire say okay say mo nkasa na say mo decide dia ye de mo madwe nkire ni nyina ekoka nipa ye fa worst case scenario no odi kan de ko candidate no na ya hwede ye besi nti eno na ye best case scenario no omo nkasa ene wo mo nkire madwe nyina no survey no e de wo mo akoka nipa na o lead wo worst case ni de no say ye fa ne say mo nkasa de ene mo di nipa na o lead na chi omo de ko kan ho say na enema no ekoye. So that is conversation ono ankasa so criticize ne ho survey na o ye no enema bi o ha entimi nkoyie e be man kofo atimi ada oto no abobo so limitations no say enema bi e be ma ne survey no kofo atimi akasa fa ho no o say non responses bias ono adi ka chem say nipa no best 6,000 man kasa nti ontimi fa ngina ho ma 26,000 nyina nti about 24% o man kyerɛ o madwen nti nipa na nkasa dia na jese ontimi mfa na adwen kyerɛ no enka ho na regional homogeneity also of our regions ni nyina say regions ni nyina ebedwen one way but Obagana about my regions ni nyina andwen one way ebi wo ho a wo mo ewo afa ebi mo bi afa ebi mo so o mo decide o mo ye floating te say Bono East ne some regions oti on be twan abato ne ya beben wa na fi o mo decide na fi wani su chim ti o so on the ofa ne say regions ni nyina adwen the same enti one way so na wakwakoye from so but that is how I adwen today enko enim na afi no yenkohwe eye sunsuanso na nkasa because bre no 80 say the be ya ebetimi abobobum na yakoyenim nti yenko national level results eno obobo so ewo video na mede ekire no emu so this is the actual document and na okinkan ewo ho no wose ne hwehwemu a woye in the worst case and best case wafa worst case no na best case ma kire worst case no say worst case no tete emane so na best case no so opagam omo a oman kire o madwen ne omo manfa ko ne odo mu nyina akokan nipa na odi kan ewo west ni mu no o de kokan ne de no hwede ebesi so in the worst case no yera Kennedy Agyapong enya 90,369 nti wafa MPP delegate beto aba ni nyina o de 26,000 gina ho ma wo mu nyina say ye to aba ne ne ya yera Kennedy Agyapong ebenya 90,369 ohwemu a o de ba percentage ma obenya 44.11%. na chese nyaade otiminya 50+1 no ene yewura Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ono so benya 80,956 eno so the percentage mo a ebe 39.51% ono so entimanya 50+1 no any other contenders no so ha Dr. Brian Agyapong ebenya 12,000 representing 6 omunyina wasia but let's focus on two leading ones no in the best case scenario no abra wode omo man kasa ni nyina ekoka nipa odi kan in this case yewura Kennedy Agyapong ode kan ne de no yewura Ken ebenya 110,226 representing 53.80%. sabe de watinya cross 50+1 no nti in this best case no na yewura Ken edi kan ewa battle with 53% yebetimi declare no as leader and as a flag bearer for the party. Bawumia situation no obenya 65,996 represent 32.21% of a year decisions na delegate no ekaye no na also we dey compare August survey na yewura Ken ne de na bananim best 9.69% and yewura Bawumia so de no atia bafom best 7.3% which is a negative score. Tisabe no where said their grounds are ICC according to this survey. Delegate no till more to yewura Bawumia camp. Yewura Kennedy Agyapong camp. Sorry, more na free yewura Bawumia camp because previous one no na yewura Bawumia numbers no was so saying their wanyesisia no. As a swati him abafom. It could be say be a campaigner ekoso no and said their grounds there no delegate no moving more towards yewura Kennedy Agyapong. And yewura Bawumia so numbers no bafom. So that is the situation with the best case, any worst case scenario no. Yeah, quick enough. You see, betting have regional breakdowns now because a banner elections for Ghana, I na regional no. Be interested par ewum. Say na regions no echo. So regional level results best and for worst case scenario. Sa table you know so ti is a mobile kakra so be viewers ni betimi hu niye. So in the worst case scenario no. Yewura dua ekire say ye to aba ni wi say enozu say regional no ebetimi akoso say ne ya na ye to aba ne dia in the worst case scenario where you omo man kasa na frim and afi watete numbers ne so aba from okwa Ashanti regional yewura Kennedy Agyapong o say obenya 15,112 yewura Bawumia benya 13,788 that just say ohwe emu na just say in the worst case no yewura Kennedy Agyapong bedim kunu Ashanti region oba halfon so a yewura Kennedy Agyapong benya 1,899 yewura Bawumia ebenya 1,809 na you say in this situation worst case no so yewura Ken ebe we ne halfo region oba Bono regional yewura Ken ebenya 3,702 and afi yewura Bawumia ebenya 3,064 nso na kyɛ Bono region so no survey ni kyerɛ sɛ in the worst case no yɛwura Ken ɛbɛwɛ ne Bono region wɔ Bono East region yɛwura Ken ɛbɛnya 3,028 na yɛwura Bawumia ɛnya 3,477 nti na kyerɛ Bono East region no yɛwura Bawumia ɛbɛwɛ ne based on this report. Central region yɛwura Ken ɛbɛnya 11,799 na yɛwura Bawumia ɛnya 5,093 ɛhɔ so yɛwura Ken ɛbɛwɛ ne. Eastern region Ken ɛbɛnya 8,084 yɛwura Bawumia ɛbɛnya 3,954 na yɛ Eastern so no ɛyɛ yɛwura Ken ɛbɛwɛ ne. Over Greater Accra region based on this report no yɛwura Ken ɛbɛnya 19,863 na afei so yɛwura Bawumia ɛnya 15,333. Northeast yɛwura Bawumia mpesua so yɛwura Ken ɛbɛnya 152 na yɛwura Bawumia nya 3,003 na yɛ sɛ ɛhɔ no so yɛwura Bawumia bɛwɛ no ɔno ara mpesua so okɔ northern so a according to this report yɛwura Ken in the worst case ne bɛnya 2,951 na afei yɛwura Bawumia ɛnya 7,206 so the north to yɛwura Bawumia ɛbɛwɛ in the worst case scenario. Oti region so no yɛwura Ken ɛbɛnya 1,812 yɛwura Bawumia ɛnya 2,160. Savannah yɛwura Ken ɛbɛnya 1,338 na afei yɛwura Bawumia so ɛnya 2,061. Oko Upper East region so a yɛwura Ken bɛnya 2,726 na afei yɛwura Bawumia so nya 4,191. So all the northern regions based on what I'm reading no yɛwura Bawumia is winning all the northern region. Oba Upper West so a ɛhɔ na nanu ya ɔkɔ ya ɔne delegate ɛkɔtwetwe nkɔmɔ no ɛhɔ so no yɛwura Ken ɛbɛnya 1,405 na yɛwura Bawumia nya 4,249. That's also from a year Upper West region. Volta region, yɛwura Ken ɛbɛnya 6,602 na yɛwura Bawumia ɛnya 4,025. And that's a Volta region, so yɛwura Ken will win Volta region based on the report. Western region, yɛwura Ken ɛbɛnya 6,746 na yɛwura Bawumia ɛnya 5,370. Western North, yɛwura Ken Western North, Western North. Yɛwura Ken ɛbɛnya 3,170 yɛwura Bawumia nya 2,173 nti in total no ɛna ɔkeka bɔ mu a ɔde egyina. So in the worst case scenario no otimu say yɛwura Ken is winning the southern part of Ghana, the middle and the southern part of Ghana, but yɛwura Bawumia so ahoɔden no ɛwɔ the northern part of Ghana. That is in the worst case scenario. We can't speak to the best case scenario no, but you are getting the picture based on said here report no aircon. Until best case scenario no so ewa. So I'm sure we will publish this report on our Facebook page so that you can go there and get it. The way data any didn't come here about me we need to speak to data and yes what one so on Get Connected we are speaking to data as presented by Era Evans dear doctor na yetibi ati enema. So that is it. Now Obama regional share ewa ha rest regions no say na AC echo why na every region bang. I think say based on what I presented no you already have an idea. In the best case scenario no dear yɛwura Ken out of the 16 regions no I think say he's winning about 12 of them. In the best case no yɛwura Ken winning about 12 of them. Ti yɛwura Bawumia deɛ ɛna ya highlight light is it blue or something, I think light blue color. Yɛwura Bawumia deɛ no. These are the regions based on the survey no yɛwura Bawumia winning. So you can see Bono East in the worst case scenario, but in the best case scenario no yɛwura Ken winning Bono East. Abra wɔn mankasa. So most of the people in Bono East abra wɔn yɛ survey no fɛ wɔn mankasa. So almost to say someone kasa there, they will take your results to deeper old lady, and see what will happen. In the best case, yɛwura Bawumia is losing Bono East, but in the west or when Bono East. So you can see from this image and now understand how one more data it's here. So 12 regions out of the 16 for yɛwura Kennedy or Kennedy Agyapong in the best case scenario. So you can just go in there. Wakyerɛkyerɛ kama krɔgyen ama nneɛma etimi ayɛ krɔgyen. We a bar chart of worst case any best case scenario no. It will have red and blue lines na wahana. This represents a graphical image of Sedia Ozuse Enema ABC Ako. Mudinya changes are happen. Ebra in the last survey, you know, ene dia baby aye gani baby aye. So I think it's very, very interesting. You can just go in there and check. Yeah, right, baby a Ghana map in the one. So these maps also represent a regions, no, in the worst case, any best case, baby aye rakena holding wo. Ena baby aye Bawumia so ahoden wo. Nti o maps na enye. First one no a worst case no. Ena other one na wo Ghana map ne wa no. The best case. See there can in the worst case no. Yera Bawumia we ni Bono East. O ha se ha. Nti ase Ghana no ya chemu mienu. Ase ha ni nyina Yera Kennedy Agyapong we ni based on this report. Ena esoro nyina so Yera Bawumia we ni. But one interesting thing is Ghana ha no population no quite centered middle and southern. Inti we survey bi na obi ahoden southern part of Adena. Be careful because over Ashanti region kwa numbers no enya asem kito. So if somebody is wearing Ashanti region, somebody is wearing Greater Accra, you should shake because so yaeshi. Oko north the numbers are not too huge. You wait about winning all the 5 northern regions, but still you lose the election. See, I know every picture that's one. But in the best case, Krano, Yera Ken, as you moving upwards, or we're moving upwards, but we're up anymore. And it's just only the 5 northern regions, but any Yera Bawumia, 80 away in this graphical illustration. What we screen no so no. This is data. Any idea cast when you raise, not just rhetorics. And your kasa keke, and then you may kasa will get connected based on Yera Evans Dia ne future more 1 year. Any factor what check it across the length and breadth of this country, regions, and what delegates are saying this time, yeah, you home we, and or the IS survey. So you can just go and grab the report. I think it's about 22 pages. Wait till I go through now for what data say. But this is the best explanation I can give you from the report, no. And your video will be bro. It's what the data says, and the young as they are presented their mouth. So you take your decision. Now be to be akoso come on. Ti enche be lines na man wa fra so. Now do adwenche no e dia ba. Na here to me akọ come. But before we do that no, Yera Ken ekopie mo wale. Unim say de benye wale. Wale anesa say northeast one no. Yera Bawumia mpesu. So na o kan sembo that's very interesting. O chesa abato ba ko na ekoso anko yi kra kwan ya wale for the fast no. Anko yi. Ti afu de osoro mo se wo munye bibi. Ye heard that video ni we are na fi ya Ken na ni so di ho a odi to dwa no. But when you say Yera Ken, some of what can you not say Ghana for Eman Kwan through NPP delegates, no be Mampenia, or the ministries in the core regions are hold on, so they be getting closer to what they really need to do. Sans them no Ghana for some, it's making it onto the front pages of most of the newspapers. When I'm now can someone you carry waiter, the newspapers, the media will pick it up. Oh, where the other side of the aisle, we are not getting information from that. You're running some no. It's on the front pages and media houses are discussing it. Say the ministry say core regions, saying the BCI Alpha. Expert nature said that is the best thing to do, and it's very interesting. So we watch that video too. But before the Yanko Wale, a brand Yera Kennedy Agyapong, any delegate or Kobo. There are some, you have to release your stress kakana, you phone lines na for adventure.
Mr. Chairman, constituency executives, former constituency executives, council of elders, patrons, electoral area coordinators, and polling station executives, good evening. And the youth, good evening. The last time I was here, and I was welcome very well, just as you have done today. But when the results came, I had 0% out of constituency executives. 855. You gave me 0. I hope this time. And Chairman, You gave me 0. And you know I didn't get 0. But they massage it and put 0 there. This time, I know for sure you are not going to give me 0. Like the chairman said, we are one people. I know Dr. Bawumia is your brother, your father, your uncle, everything. So I don't have a problem. But at least give me 25 to 30%. Because Central Region, they gave him 37%. Just as chairman said. So this time around, give me 25 to 30%. The land God has given us. Why God brought you to this place is a blessing. But we don't have people, leaders who are businessmen to show us the way to utilize our land to make money. Mr. Chairman, constituency executives, former constituency executives, council of elders, patrons, electoral area coordinators, and
Now let me show you this. My brother, we are here as a country. We have pineapple in abundance. We have coconut in abundance. I bought this from a supermarket in Sunyani. And look at it yourself. If it's locally produced or is imported. How? Imported. Yeah, so this simple thing. You mean we cannot produce it ourselves?
Yes, so this is important.
Right, and we are spending money to go and import this. Look, this. If you are Muslim, this is what you need. This is sparkling wine, and non-alcoholic, made from pineapple and coconut. See for yourself. And all these are imported. Look, chocolate. We produce cocoa over 100 years, and we still import this.
This is very serious.
This is what I'm talking about. I have some of them, they left, they forgotten. It's coming. Yam chips. You are here, you produce yam. We don't have one storage facility here. I have a technology from Holland, a company called Grasso. You can store yam for 8 months. I want the listeners to believe in me, because in Europe, America, they have one season, the summertime. They produce potatoes in abundance and they store them for 8 months. So every day when you go to supermarket and you want potatoes, you get it. Why can't we do the same? It's the same technology. Like these air conditions, it's like blowers. So if I'm the president, I'll make sure first I move Ministry of Agriculture to Tamale specifically. Some are asking, how are you going to do it? My brother, from here, go to Tamale and see the regional administration. It's so huge and it's underutilized. We are going to divide it into two. Ministry of Agric and regional administration. Then as time goes on, we build administration or structures for Ministry of Agri. The advantage is people will now be moving. Anybody who wants to do a great transaction will come to the north. Okay? Will come to the north. There will be demand for housing. Contractors or investors will come in to build. And when they are building, carpenters, masons, plumbers, arc welders, tilers, painters, or electricians, all these guys are going to get jobs. This is how we can create employment for our youth of this country. Everything is saturated in Accra or centered in Accra.
Tia wusia yera Kennedy Agyapong eda na niswa di hwadi ede akire no. Because our conversation it was hard. Call down ankasa nkofo abohon komo ama otimu say papa no wani swadi hu the answer delegate of MPP betwaba eda mayera Kennedy Agyapong na wetimi abedi MPP amanyo konanim na afa elections dey in 2028 no wetimi agina bra na agitumi ama the MPP party because in some of can ideas na odi gu from no yeti ma onfasa ideas we gina enkom kotena nchen kwa Ghana needs to have conversations surrounding some work no therefore no nya adwuma hwe na o man no entumpon mayama akwana before adwenche bra anwumre or get connected show you so na bibia entumi enkoso so for comment no call YouTube you can do it now o call YouTube search it at Get Connected TV once a live no ho you can subscribe we are koja comment no to you be ready at the amount in due time e will show no na bibia to me I kama but now no you activate phone lines na man no afraid wa adwenche ba show ne so na fi no ye koye nima na no komo bebre ne abo ha ya pese o kan wa dwenche no na o dey abrain numbers no e wo screen so friend na ba so oni mamamre no ye ka se get connected no agi so obi anya obi a tie ni ye get connected o so obi anya obi a o kan wi ana fi no o do adwenche e dey to aso e dey amaye e wo dwumedie no eso e ti activate phone lines with TV na se na fi phone numbers no na frɛ na braso o ba so a ye no e betimi atwetwe enkomo on the show na bibia tibi aye kama ama eno so hetibi akoyie eti the numbers are activated o wetibi the messages no so abreye wo YouTube video no ase o de breye na ye betumi akenkan wo na bibia tibi akoso na chese no so eho ensem no ma yenko ahoma ne so na ye ne Ghana for etimi entwetwe enkomo get connected. Many of our so get connected. Obia nyobia body neti o.
If actually do ede kwame
neti o.
Katofi atimodara.
Ye ti o kwame.
Ebi asi ankasa ne de asem no kra ba kope. Amai Ghana ya try lawyer. Ya try and phone bibiri. The system businessman and Kasaka. Clear for so you man we. I'm not the ones to be shame of, but it's been young for so everything else. We are fucking. Grassroots from the we are fucking. My man, so many ask grassroots no so they decide who leads. Get connected. Many of our humans not even can get connected. Many of our so get connected.
Obi anyobia
body detail.
If I need that, because I feel confident. Tema.
Detail.
Kennedy Agyapong. Maybe na me poato aye correct or kano plano no me bon pa yete 2018 nyame adom na delegate no among to man no be your ma penny wo Ghana me da wan say
yes you that's we so ba so many of our man so get connected. I was your team get connected. Many of our man so team get connected.
Hello.
Beto Kabusu get connected.
Obi
anyobia body detail.
What from the car from Casetin Coco?
Yeah, tell me now.
Casetin Coco.
My entio, Tiamo phone in Yankasa, why? Casamitio.
Well, from our side, let's show some of the Magana from me. That is coming out to me and from me. Oh, I am very good one. Maybe no more this card, no more attack, Daniel for it, yeah. Coming to Canadian, we should move over Ghana.
But Mr. Benassi will so basso. Many of our human so get connected.
Obia and Obia, giving you Obia, so she, Abrubia, Fan of 1 Genevieve.
Bodina, it's you.
Any family brand management free addresses and massive. Early campaign, then a year more. Na minia and then normal way actually in fact on many years na yeah so the election you there why you martin say the vote you best have a cut and no die and control and said Kennedy na more than best 57 to 56%. Yeah we said Ghana for pen number because this is a very lawyer a very politician a businessman and for initiative to try to get the show some supply juma between the edge.
But Miss Venasi will be in council. I wish you get connected.
Yeah, you'll be a.
Obia, you'll be a body and it too. Yanko.
But you starting to my
My nasi be brave. Meaning our woman so get connected. I wish you to get connected. Meaning our woman so get connected.
Obia.
Body ne ti onyu.
Obia.
Meaning ama jo so body na mi yenti o.
Me pacho. Hello.
Tio phone so le yankasa. Why?
Mate. Me pacho, e frame. Odi foka te chefe. Na the person just.
Odi vo etio.
Me pacho, hello. Utinenka.
Wadawo ma mete on kapa ka say etio.
Me pacho. I di kind no. Statement na or kafa they blame me or say MPs winning in our country. Don't say I did not say the issue can. What economic management team? Now almost fairly woefully. Now you can. One person of Japan say not fair. So because the Cafache. Bushian Bubra, there Bushiani failure. And Papa would be kind of what you say, Papa would be kind. Now, wouldn't I just say, my mere Juman community say, Papa Kennedy, he is the right person for the country. The Unya, no, we get Jumama, I said, will be open the cranky, okay, you can catch yourself. But I'm telling you, would say, if today Kennedy, no.
Odifo may appreciate your conversation about Wahomano and I hold any cough but me who be our driver corner. Say ubi ejuma you get to appreciate say na you managing the poor chromate. You are Ken employees over 7,000. 10 years of kitu ubi ejuma na ni pa me ense bi kra na. Ebi ya do na mana so na ma. Bi ya Wahomano so get connected. I wish you had to make our woman so I get connected. Many our woman so now to make get connected. I wish you have for me who they are called now. Many our woman so get connected. I wish you get connected. Those who be a new be an uncle.
Obi and Obia.
Body need you. Many are body need you. Wadaroma. Homanati too. I wish you get connected.
Obia and Obia.
Obia and Obia. Many are body need you. You
I never eat a crap to check about every cinema. Okay.
Many are nice or bad, so I'm very sure say we a general network issue because Chroma network there. So many are how much not to make get connected. Then say benya ba kumi no bia dem enko. I was to make get connected.
Obia Obia.
Obia Obia body ni enti o.
Your permanent land, the perfect chairman. Kennedy Agyapong. Now, you're one fire delegate, you know. I'm going to be talking. We'll be only talking about. I'm not going to you're one fire in my delegate in the job.
Man, that's where so bad. So delegate down the SR almost say, "I want to have a Kennedy or Kennedy Agyapong." I mean, you want to say to me, get connected. Meaning, I get connected. Yes, I had the about a deem interview. Meaning, I want to get connected. Obia and Obia, I was your body native.
I have telling you, I
was your employee. Yanko.
Much more than that. National Executive plan against Kennedy. That's why I started to throw by now. The Kennedy no go point in the Gabana. I'm MVP and Kennedy is one of my mother's classmates at that institution.
Oh, okay.
I'm working for him to work at the team for
my yes, that's be so bad. So meaning I get connected. Obi a you be body dey tio. Yeah, come in here.
Manusia na mo dey principal na sa. For abi concentra. E you mean say practical solutions. Yeah, the more this people so far the branching of the Bawa is more on the area or down my own like this. I mean, I want to who you can deploy and to the important so over that can deploy economy. It's very important. The check I'm sure how this
Mama, that's it. When you get connected.
You know?
Whatever, Mama, can get connected. When you about to can get connected. Also, be a new beer. Yeah, when you get connected.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Get connected. Also, be a new beer. Now, for you.
Obi a new beer.
My you and you may body native.
You hear me, Brian?
Get you.
Hello?
Ibrahim Tio phone is on a casa yet you.
It means Kennedy or Ghana do Ewodimupa. Your bomb say, Oba Namgabuan said, Oberwini.
Many are nice, but also the episode cano and our cano say Organa Hodo, Utio TV. So I wish our human so get connected, therefore call you to be county. Get connected. Obianobia, I mean your body native.
But the family Francis Edu, Cassetta for you.
Yet you mean.
The best delegate was a Kennedy Mobile now to Apartment on 2028. I need to be monotone. I mean, when
Yame and Cows so many of our man so get connected. Obia and Obia, body names you mean.
But you a family for the Greece school, make a difference to Bono region.
Yet you.
Yeah, but you delegates no. So once I'm after being almost about which Kennedy, you make a tell the pass on Mafia Mopa 2028. Because you said no can, no vote. So most times could you mistake conform with for bar. If you make a tell you after one be a Tiomopa, he do the papa. Now Dr. Bawumia Agyapong on the book who put my buy. It is the airborne maybe I'll say no one, only more she, like a Catholic woman. It is almost time conform for some bar. 2028, it don't matter more. No can, no vote.
No can, no vote. But delegate, oh, two manner. Idea, you ran a bedim kunim na fi. Bibiati me akoso. We know how man so get connected. Obia and Obia. We know about Bodina, ye for Chatonenko.
What's me? Oh.
Minya baby, what's it day?
Tamale.
Tamale, over free tamale.
Tamale.
Minya fache me my father you chat to the enko. Minya wa man so get connected. Minya get connected. Obia enye obia. Video ba my phone chat to bo di ni too. Man, that's be also friend eba so MC Alsday. Man for friend no NC I mean so person friend ba so and network na be but all in all waiting me bad adwen cha ba adwen cha ni bi ba YouTube ma quickly ni yen share na fi no yetumi emo honkomo I'm sure say the messages ni or say I'm Isaac Donko from Techiman. If MPP delegates want MPP to stay in opposition for long, then they should vote for Bawumia. In Ken we trust. Isaac, message you know, and I'm marking kind of Nathaniel. Nathaniel message you know, say wishing Honorable Ken long life and all the best. Pleading with delegates to vote wisely. No, message I say I am connected. The connection and Obia air connected sir. Agyapong Kwame say get connected. Obia watching you live from Dewu Kuyapem. I'm highly connected. Say Kutu, say Bam. Another one. So I have friends of Ken City Media. Say get connected. Obia. Dr. 00 Bawumia is the cause of our defeat because Ghanaians don't like him. And most of NPP supporters too don't like him as our flag bearer. Ken Beba and no any hashtag no. Anthony Poku message or the bio say NPP is not ready for another president who is also a northerner. Simple as that. Message or the bio no. Anoche Abankwa Richmond say Obia Honorable Ken is honest, bold, disciplined, pragmatic, experienced leader. Kindness and a great philanthropist in our time. Number one, in Ken we trust. Also message, they all say, personally, I don't see the MPP coming back to power. Well, that's your opinion. Now, if Dr. Bawumia is elected, flag bearer again, I get it now. Right now, he cannot give a lecture on the economy, inflation, nor speak about the exchange rate. How is he going to convince Ghanaians then? Let's say at the end of 2028 and the dollar is still at 12. Also, one analysis near simple power. And someone should warn that. And someone should warn that little girl called political. Well, I don't know who you're talking of. And I show no see encounter Obia or this one something. Me for message no see. Abusia, yeah, the Jumedi any see na sorry so adom yeah. If you are the best anyway, she will get connected show so now. Yet to me, adwendwen and someone abegu system ni hu and there ye rewre mu hwe said ya niam etie e wo fom ye ra kofi tonton koma we di ye no we did justice to it and afi several ye ra events dia e de beto abonten no we also went through the entire survey e sure say na niam tie we manim ha e Jeffers mixture and Jeffers P capsules so called drugstore na heba show bia okrum ha body ne che o so pe Jeffers mixture and P capsules o sacred na bon say buburo fita haba tua na no eda adro no adro we ene di tu na mu nsan ya de nyina ase we be ma o mensem no ateko fom ti ama anti entimi enfo bu esefata enfo ma because say ajeku ne din fata na ya kono enye nkwankwa anu ase na oto na macho na obonkofo papa nkwankwa anu ase kofie na kodi uhu ni se be ma o kona usura fa herbal shop ne drugstore ojeje fast mixture ononom ene ne capsules no bubogu body ne mu a obo se wagina brane ade be che no na yede udin to nyom ewo efie ni yem ho na je bibia atimi akoyie kama kan oyo oban so a o konfikira niam enkoyie ena afi wo ma yimu no ene niam aginsem ti utimi fa nsansi obo se de kane na oye no ma sanka je fast mixture ne P capsules ono no mabon se ebe yi sa ya we ni nyina afi ho na asumdwe atibi abama bibia kosoye ti drugstore herbal shop okwa no abodi na waje odi me di nyansabo akwana na tichi metira dwumedi mu ema chairman apieje ono ene titire ni ma dwumedi bibi nti wotie ne nanti kaka ena mebehwe echi ema no mpanyinfoɔ ne abadwafo wo fi aboa ema dwumadi we kɔ so nya asɛm ketwa asɛra kɛse nkɔmɔ obi bia ɔboa ma dwumadi ne kɔ so Fred wadwe nkyɛ ba nyame insham o comment any video na we wo YouTube no we do appreciate it nyame ya adom a efiada get connected will be on your screens Macau.